And thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by One Equine for the equine athlete. Albion Park Saturday night. It's night one of the 2024 Racing Queensland Summer Carnival. 9 races. We get underway at 5:35. A host of features highlighted by the PSP Peak of the Creek. We've got the Be Good Johnny Sprint. We've got the Queen of the Creek, a trotting feature. All in all, it's a fantastic night of racing coming our way in Brisbane on Saturday night. In this edition of Weekend Winners, we're going to chat with a couple of the key players, Shane Graham and Narissa McMullen. Shane Graham jumps in the hot seat to go through his busy night on Saturday night because he's driving in 8 of the 9 races and he's in the hot seat with us now. Shane, appreciate the time.
No dramas, Chris.
Mossdale Terry, this race looks perfect on paper for him, and that was pretty much the case once the field was released. We've got a couple of early scratchings, Parama, captain's pick. This is tailor-made for Mossdale Terry.
Yeah, like you said, when the fields come out, you know, he's had luck with the barrier and, you know, everything looks like it's, well, you know, he gets his chance to win it.
Well, his last start performance was outstanding. He split Always Smokin', was a heat seeker, sub 50 mile. He never gave up. He kept chasing all the way to the line.
Yeah, that's right. You know, he's never really put in a bad run since he's come over. You know, every time he's got beat, I think he's, you know, bettered his time every time. So he keeps coming up with PBs without winning. So, you know, last start was another PB. So, you know, going off that, yeah, there's no excuses Saturday night.
His record at Albion Park, 3 wins from 21 starts. He's a better horse than what his record proves.
Yeah, look, he, you know, his win strike rate's not that flash, but, you know, he wouldn't have missed a check out of those too many times out of that number of starts. So he's always around the money, you know, and he just seems to, you know, every start he's been either in a good field or just hasn't quite had the luck. But, yeah, he's always raced well. Is he a genuine free-for-aller in time to come? Yeah, I think so, you know, like he's really, it's sort of his first time over here. He had that spell last time before he come back, but you know, I'm sure moving into next year that'll be probably his best season.
Okay, this race on Saturday night from Barrier 1, you've got the speed to lead. Do you want to lead? That early scratching of parameters, that help your cause here?
Yeah, look, that's probably a good thing because he did have gate speed, but yeah, that'll be plan A to lead. You know, I think it was, 2-3 starts back I tried to lead, but Brados Lad was, you know, he was just too powerful, so we had to take a sit. But, you know, in this field we'll be doing our best to lead, and he does have quite good gate speed. Okay, if Mac Assassin comes charging early, do you look to hand or you're happy to park him? No, we'll be holding pretty much at all costs Saturday night.
All right, okay, well that's Mossdale Terry. What about in race 2? This is a pickup drive for you. You've been with him for 3 starts now, yet to miss the board. So you've got the key to Almighty Max. He's drawn 2 off the second row. Can he finish top 3 again? Yeah, look, he's racing really well. He every start he's improved, I feel, and you know, last week he was good again, hit the line from 3 fence. So he's got a good trail and draw, and you know, he's knocking on the door to win one. Okay, so looking at tactics here, you've got the option of going to the marker line or remaining 1 wide. Do you just sort of weigh it up early? Probably weigh it up early, you know, like, you know what Albion Park's like. If it's 3 fences available, it's a perfect spot. So, you know, we'll just have to let it see what happens in the first early stages. Okay. King of Trumps has good gate speed. He's drawn barrier 1, but it's a hard race to sort of line up. You've got Metallica Man coming up. His form looks more than okay. You've got Sunday Morning is going well, but he's facing a second road draw. It's not an easy race. No, like most Saturday nights, this qualifier is probably one of the most even races of the night, so this week's no different. Okay, in time though, he will win his quali? Yeah, for sure, you know, like he's probably just, you know, it's going to be that night when he gets the right trip or the right draw. Okay, race 3, Glover is your drive here. He's had the 4 runs back. He was a first up winner. Where is he at right now, Glover? Yeah, look, he was good last week. He just had to go back. So that sort of put an end to his chances, but he sort of went over the line with nowhere to go, and you know, he had his chance 2 starts back, but you know, it was, I think, a Rhoda that beat him, so he's come out and won again since, so probably wasn't that bad a run, you know, but he's no star, but he's just a consistent horse. What do you do at the start here? You've got speed to your inside. She's notorious gate speed horse, but likely to hand. You've got last week's winner, Haranya, who looked good. Throw your arms around me, Master Charles, all onto your inside, so what do you do early here? Yeah, look, you know, I don't think you can go straight back because I think it's over the shorter trip. But
looks like there's a fair bit of speed there, so you more than likely we will have to grab, but we'll just sort of float out and see what happens early, I guess.
Do you want a heap of speed on in this race?
Yeah, you probably just need speed on if we go back, and then just hope it's genuine run, and you've got to hope probably the last quarter's the slowest.
Okay. Race 4, this is the trotting feature. Victory Hill. Were you disappointed last week with him?
No, not really. I think he's a horse that sort of thrives on week-to-week racing, and it doesn't seem much, but he missed the week before, and just working off the gate last week, I think it just took its toll on him, and the track being first up with the new surface, so I was probably a tad on the heavier side, but I was sort of happy enough when you look back at the run, and he'll improve a lot off that.
Okay, I wanted to dig down that on that point that you just raised there, track resurface. So with trotters, they're quite funny how they go about it. But do you think he'll be better after having the run on the new track last week?
Yeah, look, I was quite happy with it. I think most horses, I think it's probably one of the best the track's come up after being resurfaced. It was soft, but didn't have that loose shift about it, but it was just sort of like a heavy going. So, this bloke, I thought he handled it quite well. It was just that he tired more than anything.
Okay. There looks like there's going to be a bit of early speed here. Defensive Guy, Tam O'Shanter, Majestic Harry, they can all get off the gate quick.
Yeah, that's it. It looks like they've sort of got a bit of speed off the front line, and really this is probably his ideal draw, just following him out, and he probably is a horse that's better driven just for one crack at him, I think.
So don't drop off?
No, I wouldn't. He's been too consistent since he's been up here, so I think he'll bounce back.
All right, race 5. This is the Be Good Johnny Sprint. You had the privilege of driving Be Good Johnny during his racing career, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I drove him might have been a couple of starts. He probably wasn't at his best, but it's still an honour to drive a horse of his class.
Yeah, dual Miracle Mile champion. You've got a great drive here and Turn It Up, and he's the key horse. He's got barrier 1. It's 1 mile, but we haven't seen him since mid-September. What can punters expect here on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, no, he seems good. It's probably that last start. I think he just probably got too much pressure, but after that he did get a bit crook, so that could have been early stages of it. So he's all good again, and the break between runs, it doesn't really matter much to him. He's pretty well ready to go, and he goes good fresh. So it's a perfect draw, and everything looks good for him.
All right. All the horses that have broken 50 are lining up in this race at Albion Park. So Always Smokin', Jim RT, Brados Lad, Black Sedance. There's a heap of power drawn to your outside. Deus Ex was a heat seek, Always Smokin', Jim RT. What's the early sort of thought process? Hold or hand?
Yeah, look, we'll just hold up and, probably just hand up, but we'll just be looking whichever one looks like it's going to be holding the front, we'll let go. So, it's just depends on who's there first, I'd say.
All right. Will they fly in this race?
Yeah, look, I can't see why they won't. They've, like you said, all them horses, they've been going great and running time, so I don't think tomorrow night or Saturday night will be any different.
Okay. Do you back him up next week in the Queensland Cup?
Yeah, I think so. Providing he pulls up well and, everything seems good with him, he'll back up again.
All right. Let's go across to race 7. This race for the mares, the quali. You've got the 2 runners here, Yukon Be Serious and Smoke Show. Yukon Be Serious 1, Smoke Show out in 7. You've opted for Yukon Be Serious. Is this her race?
Oh, look, she's she's just a model of consistency. Got a good draw, right trip, but probably, the one that you didn't want drawn on her back, so she probably looks the hardest to beat.
Okay, Smoke Show, just the wrong gate for her?
Yeah, look, she's, she's probably one of them horses that's, gone good at times and a bit ordinary at other times, but we've just gave her a little freshen up and come back, so she'll probably need the run.
Okay, does this race become tactical with you in 1 and Robin X drawn 8? Do you look for a horse to hand over to just put Robin X 3 back on the inside?
Oh, I don't think so. I think I'll just, probably just lead, and, if she's good enough, she'll win, and if she's not, well, there's next week.
Okay. The Queen of the Creek is Race A. 2 runners again here for the stable. Ideal in Dreams and Zenzina. You've opted for Ideal in Dreams, and she's got Gate 4. Do you give her any sort of hope here?
Yeah, look, she's, she's probably on paper sort of a bit inconsistent, but sort of been excuses on a couple of those things. But she was unlucky last week, but yeah, look, probably she can't win it, but, minor place hope.
All right. Zenzina, is she a sneaky chance here?
Yeah, look, she's probably the same, but with the draw and the trip she's going to get, hopefully she finishes top 5 too.
Okay. The last race on Saturday night, the 3-year-old Open, Gleneagle VC. He's found form. He's aiming for a hat-trick. You've been able to lead with him. You've been able to come from behind with him. You're drawn gate 4 here. What are the early thoughts on this race?
Yeah, look, we'll probably just buzz off the arm again and see what happens. If he happens to find the top, we'll lead again. But if he can't lead, well, then we'll just have to drive him off a helmet.
Do you think you can lead this field?
Look, I don't know. He's a funny horse. Sometimes he gets out probably quicker than other times, but he got out pretty good last week, and I think, or 2 weeks ago, and I think after that little squirt up, he might, he'll leave pretty good Saturday night.
No problems with the trip?
No, he's he runs second, I think, to My Ultimate Buddha or something in one of those 3-year-old races, and he went quick time, so the trip don't worry him.
Are you pleased with his recent form?
Yeah, he's really struck some form, and I think he's just on his way back, getting better every time.
Okay, so it's a busy night for you on Saturday night. Do we get it early, Mossdale Terry?
I think we'll wait till the last for Gleneagle VC.
Okay, there you go. We've got to be patient. Race 9, number 4, Gleneagle VC. Hey, Shane, as always, really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks, Chris.
Narissa McMullen has a good book of drives on Saturday night. She jumps in the hot seat and she's with us now. Narissa, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Delilah Rose, this is a mare that's in really good form. She's won 3 of her last 5. She's rising in grade. How do you assess her in this sort of race on Saturday night?
It's probably a slightly stronger race than what she's been in, but she's in form, she's full of confidence, and she does follow speed really well, so it's not a bad draw for her, and I think if she gets a few things go away, she can be thereabouts.
Okay, all eyes are going to be on Mossdale. Terry comes into this race with really good form, and he's got the right draw. These scratchings, Parama and Captain's Pick, so you'll now start 2 off the second row. That gives you good options at the start, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Whether we sort of stay, if we don't get shuffled too far back or we dive down to the fence, either way, we should get a pretty good spot.
Okay. Has she surprised you in any way, shape or form, the way she's gone about it in recent times?
Yeah, she has. I always sort of liked her, but she's really improved lately.
How far can she go?
I think she'll be competitive all the way through to the Mayor's Open. She does follow speed well, so that'll take her a long way. All
right. Is Mossdale Terry the obvious horse to beat here?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Race 2, number 2 for you here, Rockin' Penny. I think he's banging on the door, this guy. He's been placed his last, 3 starts now. Is he close to a win?
Yeah, he is. He's going well and he's improving every start. So, hopefully Saturday night's the night. Not a bad draw for him, so I think he should run a good race.
All right. Last week he had the inside of the second row. This weekend he's got gate 2. Is that perfect for him? Because he's got okay speed, but he's not brilliant off the arm.
No, exactly. He's probably better off drawing 2. He's sort of okay out the gate, but not brilliant, and just takes a little bit to wind up.
Do you prefer him at the 2100 over the mile, or it doesn't really matter with him?
I think the 21 suits him. Just probably lacks that little bit of high speed, so the distance is good for him.
Okay, this looks really open. It's hard to sort of pinpoint one horse over another.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that's Rockin' Penny. What about in race 3? Miss Mucho is your drive here. 2 off the second row. We've seen her go around in recent weeks in the Mayor's Open. She drops back to this company, the Band 5. Is this a winnable race for her?
I think it is. She always goes really well when she drops back to the Band 5. Last week she was probably better than what her run looked. She never really got into the clear till late and hit the line really well.
Okay, there looks like there's going to be a fair bit of front-end pressure here. Is that what you need to win this race, just to go, see your rivals off the front row go as hard as possible?
Yeah, that's it. Just need a bit of speed on and hopefully she can get over the top of them late.
All right, well, that's Miss Mucho. Let's go across to one of the features, the Peak of the Creek. Al Benson. Got a number of questions about this guy. What's his best racing pattern? Is he best in front or is he best chasing a target?
I think he's probably better from behind, chasing. He's really fast and still learning a little bit. I think he gets a bit lost out in front.
Okay. How do we grade the performance in the heat on Tuesday? He was able to find the front. He set up that fast time. It was the quickest of the 4 heats run on Tuesday. What did you make of that run on the day?
Looking back at it, I was really happy with his run. Probably a little bit annoyed that I tried to go so quick on him. Yeah, the track's probably still not quite as quick as what it had been previously to being resurfaced. So I think his time was really good, and he sort of hadn't raced in a fortnight, so I think he's going to be better for that run too.
Okay, I wanted to ask about that, given the fact that he had a couple of weeks between runs. How much better will he be on Saturday night after the run on Tuesday?
I think the run's done him good. He's feeling really good, bucking around his yard, and he loves racing. He seems to improve the more he races.
Okay, who's the horse to beat in this? What did you take away from the other heats there on Tuesday?
I think Attachment probably has got the draw to get a pretty easy lead, and it'll take plenty of catching out in front.
Okay, do you think you're going to get a heap of pressure here?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully we just sort of end up 1-1 or 1-2, and we need a bit of speed on, and yeah, I'm sure he'll finish off well.
Tell me this, if he wins, Al Benson wins the Peak of the Creek, does that guarantee the honeymoon for you and Matt?
The honeymoon's locked in. We'll leave Tuesday, but might be a bit more spending money for the casino in Vegas.
Okay, fingers crossed then. What about in race 7? All Night Dancer. This is the mare's qualifying pace. This looks a race where she should be really competitive in.
Yeah, she's going well. She was really good last week. Yeah, so I think there's no reason why she won't go close again. Ideally,
where would you like to settle going into that first turn?
Hopefully we could just slide across to the running line and be pretty handy there. And yeah, I think she's really good following speed. If there's a little bit of speed on, yeah, she'll peel off and finish off well.
All right, like that earlier race, there's no real standout. Yukon Be Serious is probably likely to run favourite here. Recent form good, and she's got gate 1, but she's beatable though.
Yeah, she's definitely a chance, yeah.
All right, race number 8, this is the mare's feature, the Queen of the Creek, Madrigal. Absolutely flying. Her sectionals last week was super. Are you really happy with the way she's performing?
Yeah, she's definitely getting back to her best. Took her a little bit when she come back from a break, but she's going really well now. Bit of a step up on Saturday night, but I think she will suit sort of the tougher racing following the good mares.
Okay, it's a good lineup. You've driven RDB Mickey. She's back in town following that Victoria Oaks campaign. Chinchilla's probably the form mare here in Queensland. How much pressure do you think this race will generate?
Hopefully those two sort of go at it, and there's plenty of speed on. Chinchilla loves rolling along, so I definitely think it'll be a fast mile.
You've driven RDB Mickey, like I mentioned. Does she just fly across and lead this field?
Yeah, I think so. She is quick off the gate, so I think she probably finds the front. But also sort of Chinchilla might push through at the start as well.
It's going to be a fast run race then, because both drivers are aggressive, so they'll make sure they're running.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so Madrigal, maybe a place hope there?
Yeah, she's going to need the right run, but she shouldn't be too far away.
All right. The last is a 3-year-old, and this is a good race as well. There's plenty of depth here. The Masked Crusader, last start winner at Redcliffe, so he's up in grade, but there's something about this guy. He's a little unassuming. How do you sort of assess him?
I really like him. He's probably still learning to race a little bit, but he actually, I think he goes better at Albion, a bit more speed on, and yeah, I think he'll run a really good race.
What do you do from the wide draw?
I think we've probably got to try and get forward. He's got a bit of gate speed, so yeah, we'll probably go forward and see where we end up.
Okay, Glen Eagle VC aiming for the hat-trick. Is he the horse to beat here?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, but we'll keep following the Masked Crusader. Whatever he does on Saturday night, keep on his tail?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Which one are you most looking forward to here on the weekend?
I've probably got to go with my own Al Benson.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Spending money.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, good stuff. Well, that's in the PSP Peak of the Creek, Al Benson, race 6, number 9. As always, Narissa, appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
As always, a big thanks to our 2 drivers, and we wish them the very best of luck. Shane Graham and Narissa McMullen both have some really key chances there on the weekend. Time now to find a good thing at this meeting, and I'm really keen, as you can tell with that interview with Shane Graham. Race 1, number 1, Mossdale Terry. Not sure what sort of odds we're going to get. I think he might be on the skinny side, but this just looks a lock here. Race 1, number 1, Mossdale Terry. Form is super. He's got the right draw. It's hard to beat, so we'll go nice and early. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a result there and play up our winnings throughout the evening. So if you are gambling, please do so responsibly. We'll see you trackside at the Creek on Saturday night, night 1 of the Racing Queensland Summer Carnival, and we kick off at 5:35.